Hello everybody, welcome back to Arthenex Plays Pillars of Eternity. Alright, so we just defeated the old...
Aye, you're right. No sense listening to that old bam pot.
Damned Virago, not now!
Virago. Interesting. He's like two people in one soul.
I felt Mayorwald's passing. You slew him.
He gave me no choice.
It saddens me to hear it. But part of me is grateful to no longer have to wait and worry in darkness. This place has always known its master, long as it's had one. It has a will all its own, which has little to do with the castle and much to do with the land it's built on. It looks to you as Mayorwald's successor now, whether you care for it or not. A dubious honor, inheriting a fortress both broken and cursed. But in the right hands, it could be so much more. If you had only seen it in its day. Will you stay?
Well, I've always wanted my own keep, even if it's a little cursed. It is yours, my lord. I cannot be telling to tell you how glad that is, how good to know it is to know that the keep is in capable hands once again. I suppose I should mention first that if you mean to travel to Defiance Bay for supplies, there has been a complication of a kind. The Eastern Barbican collapsed decades ago, and Merriwell never got around to rebuilding it. The road here is a dead end. He got as far as gathering materials before he became preoccupied. If I could make arrangements to have it repaired, if it's your will, when it ceased to be the previous master's will, I became powerless to do anything about it, for what am I but the master's instrument? It will take time, but far less than finding another route to Defiance Bay. How do I repair the Barbican? Merriwell still decided materials for the Barbican, but they are still available to you. In the future, if you wish to make further repairs to the keep, we will need coin for supplies and labor. What does being the master of Caed entail? Why, there are many responsibilities involved in maintaining a keep. The extent to which you wish to get involved is entirely up to you, of course. Part of the reason I am here is to ensure that things run smoothly in your absence, provided we have been given instruction. If you instruct me on which repairs you want to conduct next, I will make the necessary arrangements. There may take some time to finish, but each will provide you with additional resources once they are complete. Given somewhere to place them, we can hire tradesmen to provide you with supplies or ingredients. Repairing the keep will raise your prestige and draw both helpful individuals and unwelcome attention from bandits and opportunists. If we can raise the keep's security in turn, these will become less of a concern. You should know, however, that the position does come with some risk. Your name will grow in fame, and you must contend with threats to the keep. And then there are other things. This looks awesome, by the way. Was there anything else, my lord? What did you mean when you said the keep was cursed? Merriwald's curse was his own, a watcher's curse, but his predecessors have not fared better. There is a presence within the keep, or rather far beneath it. At least such has been the conclusion drawn by all who have come to this place, for what spirits still linger in the endless paths often speak of a master below. Every effort to settle here has failed from the time of our Edarian colonists onward. Beasts rise from the endless paths until a new lord or lady is no more. The one who dwells below this master does not tolerate rivals, it seems. I have seen, but from time to time, intrepid explorers descend to lay claim to what answers they can, but none return. This is the force which has kept Caed a barren ruin, and robbed me of my hopes. The endless paths, that, my friend, is where I must go, where we must go if you go with me. Whatever devils lie beneath, think too what knowledge we will find. Perhaps this master speaks Edarian? What are the endless paths? The endless paths of Old Nua, that is the name given to the labyrinth beneath the keep. The Earl, we were warned by the Glenfathans that this site was cursed, and there is a legend attached to it, although at the time we thought nothing of it. The ruins were built, it is said, by a powerful Ingwithan named Odd Nua, who ruled there until his people turned against him. They destroyed his endless paths and filled many of the upper tunnels in with soil and stone. No one living knows how far down the tunnels stretch, and few who have ventured there have returned. There is much talk of riches and treasure. The promise of Ingwithan relics alone has drawn many fortune-seekers. To their deaths, I fear. But who is this master below? I could not say with any certainty. I believe it must be tied to the man said to have been the architect of the Endless Pass, the Engwithan tyrant Aud Noir. Some claim his spirit endures, or at least has laid a curse upon the site. I cannot imagine what remains of his work, for the ruins there have been here 1,000 years or more, but what is left is impressive. The Earl certainly thought so. You may have seen, while below, the hand of the great statue Aud Noir constructed. Perhaps it is a statue of Aud Noir himself? But am I not the master of Ced Noir? Ced Noir? Of course you are. The keep would have no other. But the endless paths are a different thing entirely. It is unfortunate, really, that they are so closely entwined. If the master below is not dealt with, there will always be a threat to the keep from within. I know it is much to take in, but if you would remain, if you would be lord of this place, then I can only advise you to seek out this foe before it destroys you. Time to find this queen in the city of Defiance. You must know this queen you're looking for. Defiance Bay has no queen. The Mechwins of Adir haven't reigned here since the war. The only queen with any power there is Wodica. Or Wodica, I think. I am told that they erected an exquisite temple in her honor there, but I was never able to see it. If you mean to go there, we can get started right away on repairing the Barbican. You need only tell me what you wish to do, and I'll make the necessary arrangements. Merwold kept a ledger, as it happens. I have taken the liberty of updating it. You could take a look if you wish. All right, let's see what repairs I can make. Then we'll get underway at once. The steward's voice belies a giddy excitement. Know, my lord, that this is but the first and least of a great many undertakings. The keep supported a great many buildings and servants for many years. If you should wish it, we can repair some of the outlying structures, and these will bring you wealth and recognition, drawing people to your service. Rebuilding the defenses will keep your grounds from becoming overrun, as they did under Merwold's keeping. You need not choose all at once. I am pledged to your aid, and so long as you are a master here, we shall always be linked. You need not step upon these grounds to speak with me. Wherever your travels may take you, you can but wake your will known to me if you but reach out. Oh, but of course, first, the Barbican. So, upgrades to your stronghold cost money and take time to complete. Each upgrade can add security or prestige to the stronghold, or add additional functionality, like resting bonuses, periodic free crafting ingredients, and new stores. New quest, the Master Below, explore the Endless Paths. Okay. Tier 2, nothing to report. Events occur at the stronghold as time elapses. The higher your stronghold's prestige, the more positive events tend to be. However, high security is also important, as it can help prevent theft and kidnappings. Adventures are opportunities for your companions, and adventurers earn experience while they are in the party. Visitors can affect security and prestige of the stronghold while they are present. Some events offer rare items for sale during limited periods of time. Okay. So this must be prestige and security? Yeah, it's got a lock, I see. Okay. This one looks like it's free. Hirelings help you defend the stronghold from expensive collateral damage in the unfortunate event of an attack. They cost money to maintain, but their cost usually offsets the potential for damage. Hirelings also contribute to the security and prestige of the stronghold, sometimes negatively. Okay. And I have party management as well. Prestige 2, security 0. So I want to get the dungeon as soon as possible. What do I need for that? 1,200 copper pieces, 2 days in the main keep. Those are hirelings. I also want to get the barracks. Fastest invaders coming across the patches of the woodland plains, the crossroads of Kednua, Deerford, and Defiance Bay. Alright. Upgrading the main keep will repair your Great Hall, allowing visitors and adventurers to be available to you and your companions. And I need that in order to do the barracks and the dungeon. So, yeah, let's do that. 3 security plus 4 prestige, 3 days. Do it. Finished in 3 days. Oh, and I could do this too. Sure. Keep me from having to spend money on camping supplies while I'm here. Oh, I can't while the main keep is in progress. Okay. Okay. Actually, let me have my second priest back. Oh. And my 2 level 3 characters leveled up. Nice. Should I spend some camping supplies? And rest? Oh yes, here's the Eastern Barbican.
It's just like your breeches, Scholar Lad. That's enough from you.
Perhaps. Oh yes, you have something to say to me.
What can I do for you?
Are you all right?
Of course. Merely processing some of the unusual things we've seen lately. And if Mayorwald is to be believed, it would seem you've an uncertain future ahead.
There's no point in speculating now.
Perhaps Defiance Bay holds the answers we need.
I want to discuss something else. Oh. That's all? Nothing about your crazy...
Hey.
Tendency to talk to yourself at random intervals? Oh, you have something you want to say to me,
That
too.
old watcher. I don't know what I expected, but it sure wasn't that.
You said you had some things you wanted to ask him.
Nah, well, it's kind of embarrassing now. I just got a dumb idea in my head is all. Don't know why I thought it'd work. It's funny. That's probably the first thing I got my hopes up for in, I don't know, years. At least I got that out of it.
There's no need to be embarrassed. I won't judge.
All right. Guess fair is fair, and you did bring me to see him. Those rumors back in Gilded Vale about my brother, Woden. About how he turned against us and fought for Icewind. Been on my mind for some time now. Thing about Woden was, he always knew what was right, and that's what he'd do. One day he set out to fight for Deerwood against a man claiming to be our god. So I knew that's what I had to do too. It was right. And hearing claims that he died fighting for Rey at Ceres, that got me worried. Not that he'd chosen the wrong side, but that I had. Didn't seem right what Icewind had in store, but if he really was Aethys, I thought, maybe this old Watcher would know how my brother died. So I could see if it was true. Like he could, I don't know, read it in my soul or something. Use our connection. Told you it was dumb.
Well, why didn't you ask me for help?
Of course, I knew the truth deep down. The Watcher's not psychic. I think I just had this idea, and the idea made me feel a certain way, and I didn't want to lose that.
Really, if I wanted to find out about my brother, I shouldn't be starting with Watchers. I should be starting with records. So why don't you? If there's anything written down about it, they'd have it in Defiance Bay. They got an archive at the palace.
You've done a lot for me already, but if you could see fit to pay that archive a visit with me, well, you know. Knowing my luck, the records clerk will go crazy and try to kill me. I'd feel better with you in there with me.
Okay. This is Defiance Bay. Twin Elms, interesting. So can't we just go here? Onward Bridge, or do we have to go around here? Maybe there's some reason why we can't go here, but I don't know what it is yet. Alright, let's try going here. 1 day, 4 hours, really? Oh, I guess it takes a long time to get back to there. Okay.
Ready to sleep.
Zara? By himself?
Almost.
One Zara isn't much of a threat. Alright, I'm gonna level up in camp. Camping supplies aren't so expensive that I need to... let's see. Can only afford to get either athletics or survival. This is just 10% max fatigue. Too worried about that. Let's give you take another rank in survival. And I guess I'll up your stealth. Okay, what can you get here? Right, -2 wounds. I've seen that one before. Seen that one before. 3 per rest. Speed average, +1 soul. I don't want any of those. Oh yeah, I know what I wanted. I wanted interrupting blows. Probably. Although this is pretty good too. It's for a, even though it's last attack speed. For fast weapons. That's pretty good. I may get that. I'll think about it. But I definitely want this. Just trying to stack up as much interrupt as I possibly can. I don't think there's anything else I really want. Yeah, okay, let's grab interrupting blows. And my priest, we have 6 points left. You're at -90% combat fatigue. Alright, let's give you another rank in lore. And I think that's it. Don't really care about giving you stealth. You get a talent. 20 burn damage for Holy Radiance. Grants interdiction. Foe AoE days for 8.8 seconds. Applies Holy Radiance times. Oh, I don't want that. Gain an accuracy bonus from the priest Holy Radiance. 15 seconds. Oh, interesting. What do I want? Each weapon is used on different distant targets. What is this? Flails and morning stars. Battle axe, sword, morning star, crossbow. Now pike and arbalist are in the same category. That'll be useful for me. Oh, that's a modal. Oh, I should definitely get that for my monk then. Alright, well, next time she gets a talent. I'm almost tempted to take +1 first level spells. Either that or this. 20 burn damage over 3 seconds versus will. This is a per encounter ability. 6.5 meter radius. Foe AoE dazed for 8.8 seconds. Dexterity, perception, and intellect all reduced by 2, and speed is reduced by 15%. I think I'd rather do damage with my Holy Radiance than get this. Although I might get this next time. I think this is still better than a bonus first level spell. Because I do use my Holy Radiance pretty often. Okay. I'll take Brilliant Radiance. Alright, and then we'll camp. Another Zarup. Is he by himself? No. Zarup, High Priest. Right, you go attack him. Let's see if I can have you circle around and attack the High Priest. You three. Attack the High Priest.
Yeah.
Use your... So you... Yeah, interrupted. Nice. Interrupt 33.
Curses!
And interrupted again. Alright, this is finally starting to work.
Hey.
Of course, a Zarup High Priest isn't exactly the most dangerous or worthwhile opponent to interrupt, but...
Course.
I'll take what I can get. Trolls. 2 of them, huh? Think I need to do anything. special for these guys.
Useless.
I am interrupting him.
Got him.
Still a lot of experience left to get out of trolls.
All right, then. You're not getting through me.
I get experience from the skirmishers too. That's good. Does this unlock anything? Unlocks compass. But I already have that unlocked. Should probably visit it at some point. Herbs. Paragon. Who are you? Curse my luck, the woman mutters, kicking her foot into the ground and upturning a clod of soil. As you approach, her ears twitch and she turns to greet you. Hail, traveler, she says with a half-hearted hand wave. The bridge to Defiance Bay is out. If that's where you're headed, you'll need to find another route. I was wondering if it was that was happened. What destroyed the bridge? The river was rising on account of all the storms. Here, where the river narrows, the flooding did the most damage. The older woman folds her arms, a scowl overtaking her face. Guess they don't make things to last around here, do they? One of the stone columns collapsed in a flash flood, taking the whole middle section of the bridge out to sea. Madhmr Bridge was the most direct route from Gilded Vale to Defiance Bay. Merchants and travelers now have to find boat passage or add days of extra travel to loop around the bay. So I started a ferry service, thinking I'd earn some coin and help others over to the bay, and that was a bigger mistake than the time I allowed a cipher to court me. How so? I've been attempting to turn equipped copper, but, just by luck, the blasted currents threw my ferry into the rocks, dashed it and my profits to pieces. Making matters worse, when I went to prowl the shore to salvage whatever shipping crates didn't sink, a pair of looters attacked me. The damn brigands had the nerve to attack. I managed to avoid harm, but now they've stolen by force all that is left of my fortune. You know, you look like you'd fare better against those looters than little old me. Could I enlist your help? Sure, I'll take a look. So how do I get to Defiance Bay? With the bridge destroyed, the best course of action would be to following the river north. You'll be able to cross further upstream, but you had a long walk ahead of you. Okay. There's the looters.
Huh?
Yeah.
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 Get my party members in the right order here.
Hey.
can't I see its stuff?
Hey.
Oh, well, whatever.
Of course. Hey.
Now, what's all this? Gathered around the soggy timbers of a shipwreckage, a man and woman pick through the driftwood, snatching muddy silverware, moldy clothes, chipped pottery, and anything they can spot among the detritus. All eyes turn to you as you approach. The group trade nervous stares at you until at last a woman in muddy clothes steps forward. "Where are Bertel and Terran?" she asks. "They were up along that path, and we heard fighting." Her eyes narrow, and her hand moves towards the knife on her belt as she anticipates your reply. "That wreckage is private property, and you are looting." "Looting? But this is a wreck. What value does it have?" The women and women all turn to her, their faces frightened and worried. "Please, we need these supplies dearly. The storm took everything from us. It's not our desire to steal. We are destitute. Should we let these wares just sink to the river bottom?" Sorry for your misfortune. Is there any way I can help? So you tell the merchant you found nothing beyond bits of driftwood. From her point of view, it will be as if the river washed it all away. Besides, how much copper would she really make by selling these rotted clothes and soiled wares? I'm not going to lie to cover your thievery. Then you leave us with no choice. Very well. If you want to die for a bunch of moldy old clothes, I guess it's your affair. Not the reason that I would pick if I was going to have to fight.
Oh?
Do that.
Yes!
Okay, that's fine.
Yes?
Okay. Hermit's Hat of Might. That's a nice hat. Who needs more might? Everybody, really. I think you could... You already have that helmet of perception. You don't really need it. You don't really need it. I guess you could use it. I mean, everybody could use it, but somebody who does things more often probably needs it more. Okay, stash the rest of it.
Hey.
Take the gold and stash the rest. Ferry cargo. My helpful stranger returns. Have you managed to find anything yet? Even if all you found is driftwood, just knowing those looters got what they deserved would moisten my breeches. Would these happen to be your wares? Thank you. I was beginning to think it all sank to the bottom of the river. She reaches in her tunic pocket and hands something to you. Consider this a small token of my gratitude. I will reward you properly when you visit me at my shop in Defiance Bay. So he has a shop in Defiance Bay. Good to know. Uh, 600 copper, nice. And 720 experience. Ooh. see the interior of a small dark shop. The shelves are covered with a variety of goods, some commonplace and others a little more exotic variety. This man wanders the shelves of the shop, smiling and fondly touching the items. He maneuvers through the aisles, the only person in the shop. He steps in front of a large display showing the model of a large worm, a plaque in front of it detailing information about its natural habitat, food preferences, and mating rituals. He moves on, wandering from display to display, stopping at each one to take it in. He looks out the window at the front of the shop and sees the sun has broken the building line. People are wandering the market, stopping into shops and loitering at the stalls, looking for a bargain. Standing before the front door, the man turns his back to the shop and smiles again. He then unlocks the door and pushes it open, letting in the sounds of the market. He's a merchant. Oops. You see a crowd doubled over, sharing bouts of laughter as a mischievous-eyed woman relates a tale of her last adventure involving an unusually self-conscious troll. She then has them exactly where she wants them as she throws out the punchline, sending everyone who wasn't already smiling into tears of laughter. She curtsies at the crowd with a flourish and a wicked grin and makes her way to the bar, quickly followed by a legion of eager suitors, each trying to buy her affection with a drink. She turns each of them away, but none leave without a smile. She enjoys the drink, content, and starts to scribble down the beginnings of her next performance, laughing at her own jokes. You see two figures, a human and an Aumia. Boy, these guys have much more pleasant histories than the guy in Filtered Vale. Standing in front of this man, the human just stands there fuming while the Aumia is yelling, red-faced with fury. He is leaning forward, a stream of profane imagery flying from his mouth, his face rapidly turning purple. The man stands straight in front of the onslaught, unmoving, a bemused smile on his face. He holds a rapier nonchalantly by his portly flank, point down, but his hand is tightly gripping the handle, his knuckles white. The Aumaua stops yelling, pausing only long enough to take a breath, intent on immediately starting again. The man holds up his left hand and begins to speak during the brief silence, trying to diffuse the situation and cut off continuing abuse. The I gotta figure out how to say this. Aumauya makes a grunting noise and pokes the man on the breastbone to stop him from speaking, leaving the finger against his chest for emphasis. The man with the rapier tilts his hand down, looking at the finger resting against his chest, then looks back at the Aumua without moving his head. The Aumua realizes too late that he's just crossed the line. The man grabs his hand, squeezing and twisting it. There's a loud cracking noise, and the Aumua cries out. The man raises his rapier and punches the Aumua, losing the handle as added heft. There is a second crack, and the Aumua collapses to the ground, unconscious, blood pouring from his nose. The second stranger looks up from his friend's limp body to see that the tip of the rapier already pointed at him, a flat, unfriendly, and serious look on the face at the other end of it. He raises his hands to the feet and backs away, turning to run when he is far enough away to ensure he won't be caught. The man turns to leave, a smile slowly returning to his face. Must be the guard.
That over there? That'd be the easy way to get to Defiance Bay. Before the floods, anyway.
One more history. You see a battlefield covered with bodies. There is death everywhere, the sound of metal on metal ringing over the gore-stained ground. The cries of the wounded fill the air, occasionally masked by the death knell of another casualty. This man is running, but from what you cannot see. His breath comes in labored gasps, his eyes are wide and terror-filled. As he runs, he wrestles with a blood-spattered tunic. He tears at the fabric as though it burns his skin, his desperation listening to small mewling sounds from the back of his throat. His foot catches on an arm sticking out from a pile of bodies he is trying to maneuver around, and he spills forward, landing on a fallen soldier, looking at his dead eyes. The mewling increases in intensity as he scrabbles backwards, trying to push himself off the body. His hand slips on blood-slicked armor and he topples to the side, landing on its back. He starts shaking his head, his cheeks wet with terrified tears. He pushes himself to his knees and surveys the field, eyes wide, breathing so quickly he's almost hyperventilating. Stumbling back into motion, his hands return to the tunic, eyes swinging wildly about, surveying the carnage around him. His frantic fingers finally tear the tunic from his chest, and he throws it to the ground, the sounds of battle still echoing in the ears as he flees. The man is running, but from what you cannot see. His breath comes in labored gasps, his eyes are wide and terror-filled. Oh, this is the same thing again. I wonder if that's a copy-paste error. Somebody who copied the story into the appropriate text file accidentally copied it twice. Yay, camping supplies. Fine hatchet. Interfering. +5 deflection. I don't think I use that right away. That was easy. There's an herb down here that I missed. Alright, I think I'm going to explore that last spot on my map before I move on. But that will have to happen next time. So, thanks everybody for watching. If you enjoyed the episode, please consider liking the video or subscribing to the channel. In either case, I hope you have a terrific day.